Hey YouTube, Colorful Codes here. Today I will be showing you a problem from cracking the coding interview. I solved it yesterday and I thought that I should come and make a video because I couldn't find any implementations online except one. It was not good. So I'm gonna show you a visualization on the board and then I'm gonna actually implement it in Python. So basically what the question was asking for was that we have a stack. So a stack is a stack of books. You have a stack of books right here, and then the last book in is the first one out. So normally it's it looks like this. Can you see that? Let me see. So you have 8, 3, 7, 4, 10 or something like that. And then, so this right here is a stack. And this is the end of the list. So basically, I'm going to show you another version to make it look easier for you to visualize. So, alright, we're going to get rid of that. So we have our stack. Okay. And then we're also going to have a temporary variable. So I watched this girl on YouTube. She showed a visualization of it, and it helped me kind of understand what was going on. So we're going to have a variable. We're going to call the variable v, and we're going to set it equal to 0 or something. And can you see it? Okay. And then we're going to have another stack, which is it's a list basically, and it's going to be temp. Okay. And then so we have our initial list. We had what was it? 10, 4, 7, 3, 8 or something like that. So this is the list that you saw earlier. And so we have the stack, and you want to sort it. We want to sort it in ascending order. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have we're going to have the 10, and we're going to pop the 10 off with the pop built in with Python, and then we're going to store it into V. So we're going to pop this off, and we'll store it into V, and then we're going to append it to the temporary list stack. So here we have 10 right here, okay? And then we're going to keep on doing that over and over. So the thing is that we want the lower numbers to be on the bottom. 10 is obviously the highest in the list. So we're going to have we're going to make V4. And so, we popped off V, right? And so now if V is greater than 10, and we're going to use the peak function. So we're going to peak into 10. And then we're going to see that 10 is actually larger than V. So what we're going to do is that we're going to actually pop off 10, and we're going to append it to stack. So we're gonna remove 10, and then we're gonna put 10 here, and we're gonna put 4 here, and then we're gonna keep on doing that. So after that, we're gonna pop off 10 again, right? And then we're gonna see oh, is V larger than peak? Is V larger than -1, which is the end of the list, and then it's going to be what is it going to be like? It's going to be yes, okay, so then that's basically how it's going to go, and then it's going to eventually sort itself. It's going to be annoying right now because I put 10 in there, but shoot, my phone is ringing. So once stack is empty, we're going to flip the temporary stack over, and we're going to flip it over to the regular stack. So it's going to be, I just did all the work for you. If you want to see a better implementation than what I just did, just click the video below of another person doing it, the visualization. But once the stack is empty, the main stack, we're going to append temp to this stack. So it's going to flip over, and it's going to be 10, 8, 7, 4, 3, right? And so there you have it. So then you can just pop off bop, 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 bop. And that's it. So I'm going to show you the Python implementation right now. For the implementation, we're gonna define a function, right? And it's going to be called sort stack. It is OD brick in here. Like, I'm still gonna take off my sweater, make me more comfortable. So we're gonna define that, and I mean you can make it hold. You know what? We're gonna make it hold an argument. So we're gonna call that x, right? That's gonna be the stack. All right. So I'm gonna make x be equal to. Let's jumble this up a little bit. 3, 8, 7, 10, 4. Okay, that's our original stack. Okay, and then so we're gonna have our variable. We're gonna have our variable is gonna be called cur, as in current, and I'm gonna set it equal to 0. And then we're gonna have our temporary stack right here, and it's just gonna be an empty list. Okay, I don't have pretty handwriting. So we want to do a while loop because we want to say like while while x is not empty. So while it's not empty, we're gonna make cur pop off like the end of the stack. So it's like it's gonna pop off like 4 first, right? So while it's not empty, it's gonna be like current equals x dot pop. So that's what. So current is this. So current is gonna equal 4, right? And this is a built-in Python function. Okay, and then we're going to see that like if the length of temp equals 0, or if the length of temp equals 0, so it does equal 0 right now, or current is greater than the end of temp. So like if we feed 4 in here, and then if we feed 4 in here, and then 4 is going to be the only thing in the list, and then it's going to compare 10 to 4. So we're going to have that. So we're going to have like temp length minus 1. So that's just gonna peek. This is normally what you do when you peek. So it's gonna peek into the last element in temp, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna compare if it's bigger or smaller. Okay, and then if current is larger, it's gonna append to it. So temp dot append current. So when you have 4 in the list, and then 10 is going to be appended to current because 10 is greater than 4. Okay. So then, or if it's smaller, it's going to be like, we're going to have an else statement. So we're going to have else, and then we're going to do another while loop in this else statement. Can you see the board? Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna make a variable. It's a random variable, so that we can stop the loop. It's gonna be like j equals true, and then I feel like I'm gonna run out of space. So look at this right now, because I'm gonna erase it in like 5 seconds. So we're gonna do the else block. So I'm gonna erase all of this. So if current is not, if current is less than the end of temp, you know what? Let's move it over here. Or else. We're going to have a variable called j, and it's going to be equal to true because this is for our while loop. So while j, we're going to check if current is less than the last element in the stack, the temporary stack. So temp length of temp minus 1. We're gonna pop it off like we did before. We're gonna pop off 10. I'm using that as an example, and we're gonna put it back onto the original stack. So we're gonna have x dot append temp dot pop. So that popped off the end of the list. And then we're gonna do another if statement side. So if length of temp equals 0, we're gonna stop the while loop. J equals false. So that's once the temp is empty. So now we're gonna do our second else statement. So it's gonna be else j equals false. So what that does is that if there's elements in the temporary stack and it's not empty, if current isn't less than the last element, then what it would do is that it will stop the while loop, and then we're gonna do what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna append the current element to temp. So we're out of the while loop and we're doing temp dot append current. And then after that, finally, once everything is done and all of the temporary array has been sorted, we're gonna flip the temporary array onto the main stack. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do x dot append temp, and then we're gonna return it. Return x. So there you have it. That is all the code. Oh gosh, I just don't even know how to do this thing. But there you have it. That's all the code. And I'm gonna put the code on the bottom. I mean, like in the, I'll put a screenshot or something in the comment box. What do you call that? The description box, so that you guys can figure out like what I just wrote. But I hope that this was useful, and hopefully the next algorithm or data structure that I do, you'll be able to understand what I'm doing, because this is my first one. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day, and hopefully this was useful because there is no other Python implementation on the internet. There's like one. So there you go. This is like 95% of my code. All right.